President Bola Tinubu directs security agencies to be resolute in maintaining law and order in the country. Health practitioners advocate support for nursing mothers as Nigeria marks World Breastfeeding Week. Plus, correspondent examines the effectiveness of pension scheme and the welfare of senior citizens in the FCT. Good afternoon and thanks for joining the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. And my name is Aisha Obali. Let's begin with stories from the presidency. President Bola Tinubu has directed security agencies to remain resolute and stand against any individual or group of persons trying to undermine the sovereignty of the country. This was at an emergency security meeting held at the State House. Let's hear from our State House correspondent, Musbahu Dawahab.
Yes, the service chiefs and other heads of security agencies arrived State House this Monday afternoon, barely 2 weeks after an earlier routine meeting with Mr. President. The President actually suspended the Federal Executive Council meeting slated for this Monday earlier for something that apparently appears more pressing. And the meeting lasted for more than 2 hours behind closed doors with Mr. President and as well as the Vice President Kashim Shettima. And after the meeting, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, briefed State House correspondent talking about what transpired behind closed doors, and it was basically to appraise the security situation in the country going by the protest, the nationwide protest in town. Another issue that came
we sincerely apologize for that break in that report. 1st to the 7th of August annually is marked by the international community as the World Breastfeeding Week. It is a global commitment which continues to bring together experts who advocate the support every nursing mother deserves. Hakimat Ali in this special report tells us more about breastfeeding as it provides unparalleled health benefits for mother and baby.
Research shows that breast milk contains effective properties for the child's development, with well-balanced nutrition for the child's need. Based on this fact, the 1st to 7th of August annually is designated as World Breastfeeding Week to encourage breastfeeding amongst nursing mothers.
Apart from providing food for the child, it also serves as the first immunization to the child. So by immunization, we mean it protects the child against infection and all manner of allergies and diseases. Make sure that we prioritize breastfeeding, both at home and at work.
With most women raising concerns over their breasts losing firmness or sagging due to breastfeeding, Dr. Gazama says it is unfounded.
With time, whether you breastfeed or not, the breast will naturally sag. And there's what we call the Cooper's ligament, which sustains the breast in the erect position. And with time, that Cooper's ligament gets weak, even if that woman has never breastfed.
Interacting with some nursing mothers who practice exclusive breastfeeding, they explain that it is more convenient with no cost attached.
What breastfeeding mothers need is all the necessary support to practice the World Health Organization recommendation of breastfeeding 6 months exclusively, after which complementary food should be added alongside breast milk for 2 years. In Abuja, Hakimat Ali.
Away from health, safety on the highway is the mandate of the Federal Road Safety Corps. The FRSC every year intensifies efforts to reduce the surge in accidents on the roads, often caused by simple mistakes that could have been avoided. Hawa Gimba now reports on the Federal Capital Territory Road Safety Corps operations at the busy Nitel Junction, where the Corps highlighted crucial tips and precautions commuters need to know when driving on the highway.
During the sensitization campaign, Ogungbemide Olusegun, the FRSC Corps Public Education Officer, emphasized the core vision of ensuring safety on all roads. This initiative, conducted by the FCT Command, aimed to educate commuters and residents of the Federal Capital Territory on the crucial importance of thoroughly checking their vehicles before embarking on a journey.
During this season, we have the storm, we have the heavy downpour, and the grip between the tires and the road is always very light, which normally leads to loss of control by road users where there is no proper conduct. When I say proper conduct, it is not right for you to proceed on excessive speed during this period.
The FCT FRSC Sector Commander Mutu Achori commended the effort, stating that it aligns with the Corps Marshal's mission to ensure safety on all Nigerian roads, including the FCT. This campaign, it says, marks a significant step in the right direction.
This is aimed at sensitizing especially the FCT residents on the proper way of driving in the rains. It's a special driving condition, and because it's a special driving condition, you needed special care and attention.
For the commuters, they highlighted some of their plea.
One thing I can advise is, when you want to penalize somebody, you should have a system that you can check somebody, even if you don't have to chase the person on the route till he gets where it's going.
I do a very good job, because during this rainy season, I find out that some people are speeding. They cannot even, some people don't even have a wiper. Their speeding limit is very high, but this your information will help us to control our speeding, and if it's safe, we should park and let the rain subside.
Public enlightenment campaign is ongoing nationwide, as it is part of the FRSC periodic educational program in line with the vision, mission and mandate of the Corps. Hawa Gimba, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the pension scheme in Nigeria is a crucial social safety scheme that provides financial security and stability to millions of workers during their retirement years. But how effective has this scheme been over the years in safeguarding the welfare of senior citizens in Nigeria? Mariam George Jutubo seeks answers in this report.
Enacted under the Pension Reform Act of 2004, the scheme aims at ensuring that employees have adequate financial resources to sustain themselves after exiting the civil service. The roots of the pension scheme in Nigeria can be traced back to the early 1950s, when the first pension arrangements were introduced for the civil servants. Over the years, the system evolved, culminating in the Comprehensive Pension Reform Act of 2004, which established the present-day structure of the scheme. Rebecca Okombi retired from Power Holding Company of Nigeria on July 25, 2010, on grade level 9, step 15, after 35 years of meritorious service to Kaduna State. Now she is a pensioner under the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, PTAD. This is her daily routine, a walk round the estate and always in by the television to be more informed about happenings around her and the globe. But aside from all these, how is Rebecca coping under the PTAD scheme, and how is life generally with her?
With pension administration under PTAD, life is very good. They pay as at when due. I respect them. But one funny thing happened after the verification of 2019. I was wrongly placed. Instead of placing me on step 15, they placed me on step 1. So that is not enough. Even the step 1, I've been enduring the package until last year. People used to woke up that I was equally wrongly placed and slashed my pension. and the cost of maintaining ourselves is increasing every day.
She, however, affirms some pension schemes have been able to live up to their responsibilities as pension administrators, and it is hoped that the sacrifices of senior citizens will not be in vain. Mariam George, Jitubo, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Channel 5 News at 1, and still to come on the news. FCT schools reward pupils and students found worthy in character and learning as they graduate. These and more in just a moment. These kinds of, I don't even understand.
Good evening, glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
The news station NTA Channel 5, Abuja, would say have a lovely day.
Thanks for staying tuned. If you're just joining us, this is a news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. And now to some education stories. The management of Noble Guide Academy Kubwa has pledged to continue to provide enabling environment and opportunities for students to help improve their academics and talent. President of the school, Abdulbasit Bolaji Bakari, made the assertion at the graduation ceremony of the school. Hadiza Godwin Ebony has more.
Speaking at the graduation ceremony, President Noble Guide Academy, Abdulbasit Bolaji Bakari, and other guests urged parents to support their children's education at home, stressing that academics is a shared responsibility between teachers and parents.
It's a moment to celebrate achievements and to exhibit the talent of our learners and scholars.
My testimony for this feat are beyond what my words can say. I will be eternally grateful and eternally indebted to the founder of this school, to the teachers of this school, for the values.
The graduation ceremony featured performances by the students, ranging from poetry recitation, singing and dancing, among others, to the admiration of their parents. The graduating students were presented with certificates in recognition of their hard work.
The teachers talk to us and interact with us, make us feel like one family, while instilling the values of truthfulness and responsibility into us.
Why I think my school is the best is because they train their teachers well and they make us disciplined.
Noble Guide is one of the best schools in the FCT, I must say very modestly. And they have demonstrated, forward thinking and brightness in bringing up children in dual capacities, both in the Islamic and English curriculum.
Management of Noble Guide Academy says the school's aim is to achieve excellence through holistic education, with emphasis on the importance of comprehensive learning experiences that foster overall students' growth.
Similarly, the management of Cotton Hill Academy has graduated 43 students from the nursery, primary, and secondary schools who were found worthy in character and learning. Francisca Billa reports that parents and graduates and guardians of the graduates were overwhelmed with joy as their children successfully completed the academic year.
class of 2024 graduates of Council Hill Academy have made their parents and teachers proud as they mark a significant milestone in their career. The graduates, including nursery, primary and secondary school students, made their grand procession into the hall. Immediately after their procession, Year 5 students made their news presentation, bringing everyone up to speed with the activities that took place from the beginning of their academic session.
Moving on to May, CHA made a significant investment in students' transportation.
Thereafter, Year 1 pupils made a magical and electrifying dance presentation. The graduating students expressed deep excitement as they advanced to the next class.
I made sure that I paid attention to my studies, not just watching cartoons and games and playing video games.
I studied when it was time for our NACO exams. I couldn't sleep. I was very nervous.
I tried to be the best, and that was my plan from the beginning, and she's making me real happy.
Deputy Head of Students Susan Ehiagwina noted that the prestigious institution is committed to molding young minds into leaders that will make good decisions and impact the society positively.
This day marks not just the end of a chapter, but the beginning of a bright future for our learners.
I'm very happy, very elated, most especially because I have a son graduating today to high school.
Over the past couple of years, the standards have steadily improved, and they've now gotten Cambridge accreditation.
The kids have put so much effort into this event, and we are so proud of each and every one of them.
Meanwhile, different categories of awards were presented to early year students, including Enthusiastic Learner, Best Behave, Best Handwriting, among others. In Abuja, Francis Kabile, NTA News.
Still on speech and prize given day, the Intelligence Quotient Academy Abuja says it is envisioned to provide quality education that nurtures great minds who are equipped with required skills to impart humanity positively. Management of the school gave this indication at the institution's 2024 speech prize giving and graduation ceremony. Onoti Yakubu completes the story.
It was a moment to celebrate the learners as the rigorous school academic year winds down. And so the institution, parents and guardians left nothing to chance in ensuring the success of this day. Valedictory speeches were not in short supply beyond the theatrical performances by the young scholars, with the representatives of the graduating students being adjudged the most outstanding.
Your dedication and passion for teaching us have inspired us to strive for excellence and never give up on our dreams.
To our parents, we say thank you for your endless support and encouragement. You have always been there for us, and we couldn't have done this without you.
I feel very happy and I'm proud of my parents.
According to the director of the school, IQ Academy is constantly striving to instill the right values in the learners to develop a strong foundation for academic success, character, self-confidence and values as envisioned by the founders.
As we navigate to our path toward the next academic session, I will implore you all to continue striving for excellence, embracing a new challenge, and hardworking harmoniously to create a brighter tomorrow for all our people.
Guest speaker, Professor Sani Mashi, speaks.
Meanwhile, the management of Ford Lababidi Nursery and Primary School of the Muslim Community Center Abuja has reiterated its unflinching commitment to providing quality, balanced Islamic and Western education to its pupils and students. This was stated during the school's 15th speech and prize-giving graduation ceremony in Abuja. Abdullahi Ajia reports.
This memorable day brings fulfillment and honor to these young scholars who are advancing to another phase of their academic pursuit with a foundation that guarantees character from Islamic tenets and quality Western knowledge. The graduating pupils, who were excited with their new accomplishments, showcased their abilities and mastery of the school's positive impact on them.
School taught me how to read, how to write, how to understand, and behave well in my higher education.
I'm feeling excited and happy. The school has taught me how to behave well and how to be a good student.
I am graduating from primary 5 to JS1.
The school management and parents who express satisfaction with the outcome say the vision of over 30 years is still alive towards providing knowledge and morals.
We always try to teach the Quran. Then also do the tafsir, inshallah, when I think they are young and very young, we try to instill this Islamic doctrine principle into them. And alhamdulillah, we are very, very grateful.
This center stands out above other centers because, one, we have a very conducive learning environment. We have our computer rooms, we have library, e-library, we have qualified teachers teaching these children.
From the results that we've seen over the years, one can attest to the fact that a lot of effort has been put in place.
73 pupils from the nursery and primary section graduated in the 2023-2024 academic year as outstanding pupils smiled home with prizes and gifts in Abuja. Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Back to our earlier story where we told you that President Bola Tinubu has directed security agencies to remain resolute and stand against any individual or group of persons trying to undermine the sovereignty of the country. Now let's join Musbao Danwahab for that report.
Yes, the service chiefs and other heads of security agencies arrived State House this Monday afternoon, barely 2 weeks after an earlier routine meeting with Mr. President. The President actually suspended the Federal Executive Council meeting slated for this Monday earlier for something that apparently appears more pressing. And the meeting lasted for more than 2 hours behind closed doors with Mr. President and as well as the Vice President Kashim Shettima. And after the meeting, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, briefed State House correspondent talking about what transpired behind closed doors, and it was basically to appraise the security situation in the country going by the protest, the nationwide protest in town. Another issue that came up prominently was the issue of some Nigerians in parts of the country, particularly in Kano and Kaduna, flying another foreign flag in the country, which these Security Council condemned totally. Let's take a listen to the Chief of Defense Staff.
For those of them flying flags, if you see a lot of them are kids being pushed to do that. We're following up with those ones that are sponsoring them, those that are pushing them, because you know the flags were also made. We identified those areas and we're going to take serious action against that. The President is clear on his instructions on for us not to accept anyone that wants to disrupt the peace and tranquility of Nigeria.
The armed forces and other heads of security agencies also reaffirmed their commitment to democratic rule in the country, as General Christopher Musa told State House correspondents.
Also the issue of coups. Nigeria is a sovereign nation, Nigeria is a democratic nation. All security agencies are here to defend democracy and make sure that democracy continues to strive. We will not accept anyone pushing or taking any action, seemingly or for whatever reason, to want to push for any change of government. Democracy is what we stand for. Democracy is what we continue to defend.
And also, the Chief of Defense Staff also affirmed the readiness of the military to be there as a backup in case of any breakdown of law and order by those protesting across the country to support the Nigeria Police Force.
Meanwhile, what God cannot do does not exist. This is the testimony of Jofaya Nanka Gopar, a cancer survivor. This was the testimony at the Good Tidings Bible Church, Pitako, during the Thanksgiving service for the survivor, who gave glory to God and thanks to God for the miracle of healing. Charity Zeka was there and filed this report.
These steps are steps to the glory of God. Cancer, a formidable foe often described as a silent killer, has touched the lives of many. But for Jofia and Kagupa, it's a battle she's triumphantly overcome. As a cancer survivor, Jofia shares her remarkable journey, and family, friends, and loved ones gathered to express gratitude to God through a heartfelt Thanksgiving celebration. This joyous occasion is a testament to the power of resilience, hope, and the unwavering support of loved ones in the face of adversity.
I just want to encourage anybody that is going through cancer out there that cancer is not a death sentence.
We're here to celebrate a lady who believes that there is a tomorrow, and when you hold on to God, that tomorrow will surely come to pass.
Jofia is somebody that loves God with all her heart and loves humanity.
For the friends and family, their joy knows no bound as they celebrate Jofia's triumph over the daunting challenges she's faced during her darkest moment. Her remarkable recovery is a beacon of hope.
We're here to return all the glory to God and to support her because we believe this woman has more assignment, God-given assignment, and I know the Lord Almighty who spared her life will enable her.
Her testimony has really awoken the God in everybody.
But if you are ill, any kind of illnesses that you were diagnosed with, do not go into depression. Talk about it.
With a heart full of gratitude, Jofia seized the opportunity to advocate for others still battling cancer. She passionately appealed to government stakeholders to establish more cancer treatment centers, ensuring accessible care for all. Charity Zakka, NTA News.
It's time to join our sports desk for Sports Brief.
Nigeria's Favour Ofili has qualified for the final of women's 200 meters at the Paris 2024 Olympics. She executed a good race plan to grab the second automatic spot. Ofili finished second in Heat 1 with a season's best of 22.05 seconds, just behind Julienne Alfred, who won the race, crossing the line in the time of 21.98 seconds. To wrestling, the dream of Blessing Oborududu winning the gold medal at the ongoing Olympic Games in Paris has become an illusion. She confronted a stronger opponent in the semi-final and she suffered to Kyrgyzstan's Merim Nazarova 3-1 on points. Oborududu is expected to compete for bronze medal match this Tuesday. Away from boxing, former Nigeria Super Eagles assistant coach Emmanuel Amunike has been unveiled by Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma as the new head coach of Heartland FC. With Sports Brief, Francisca Bile, NTA News.
And that has been the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Aisha Uba Ali. Good afternoon.